Hey guys, welcome and/or welcome back to my channel. My name is Leah Catherine and this is Leah Sees Movies. It is WandaVision Friday. I don't have too much to say. I really wanted to get right into it after where we left off last week with Agatha all along, Monica getting her powers, Pietro coming back to do, I don't know, something nefarious. So let's get started. Although, fair warning, I bit the hell out of my cheek last night while I was sleeping. So if you see any weirder faces than what I normally make, that's why. My face hurts a lot right now. Ooh. So I guess we're gonna be going through Wanda's like real childhood, and Age of Ultron could not have had better press than this show because suddenly it matters. Yeah, so we're really going through all of her various tragedies, and I guess actually facing them this time.
Lovely to finally meet you.
I can't get over her hair just being worse. Could have done anything, and she's just like, nah, I want it to look like I brushed it with a bale of hay. Ooh, it's turning purple. This is Agatha Studios now, Salem, Massachusetts, 1693. We're really just getting real weird. We love an immortal witch about to be burned at the stake. Well, they didn't say immortal, but it was 1693, so there's some kind of something keeping her youthful. You know what I never understood about witch burnings? If you're that powerful, why don't you just like not get burnt? Oh, other witches are burning her. Okay, that makes more sense. Is this like you get jumped into the gang? We set you on fire to become a witch. Okay, for someone begging for her life, she's just like, I do nothing, what, huh? She doesn't play, oh, her mom killed her? Damn, you must have been dabbling in something wild for your own mom to be like, I don't know, roast her. Oh, she's absorbing it? Oh, yeah. Okay, see, she was genuinely surprised by this. Cause like her face is kind of like, this is cool, but it's not like, hell yeah, I'm doing this on purpose. Now it is. I mean, she's absorbing everything else. I don't know why you think they're special. Is this gonna explain how she's so like staying the same age all this time? Like she's sucking out their life force? Ooh, yeah. I think my theory holds. So she has what, like 8 lifetimes of I mean, they were not young, but still.
No, you cannot.
She just whacked your entire coven. Like, why are you so confident that you got this? Did not think that through. That may have been a time to just like escape, regroup, think about your options. Be like, oh, she killed the entire coven. Like, we might need reinforcements. I think I'm overthinking this.
No, I know. She does look shocked to meet the real us, doesn't she?
The real us. Who is this bunny?
Where are my children? Where are my children? Ooh.
Is that racist? It's xenophobic at least.
Huh, didn't you notice? Basic protection spell?
I mean, she isn't practiced really.
How do you not know the fundamentals? I got close with fake Pietro. Nice. Necromancy was a non-starter since your real brother's body is on another continent. Not to mention full of holes.
So mean.
The afterglow of so many spells cast all at once. I couldn't make heads or tails of it.
It's still a very Dr. Octavius vibe of like, I'm not necessarily evil, it's more just like, I want to figure out what's going on here. And if I kill and or hurt someone in the way,
Thousands of people under your thumb, all interacting with each other, according to complex storylines.
What in the fear factor?
That's something special, baby. Years of study to achieve even the smallest convincing illusion. But Westview through your lens, Wanda. You're even running illusions miles away at the edge of town. Magic on autopilot.
So she's just a real big science experiment to her, like a big extra charge battery that she wants to unlock.
get you awake from this ridiculous fantasy.
I was wondering about that. I was wondering why she kept trying to wake Vision up, because if she was running the fantasy, like, that would directly impede it. But no, she wanted him to wake up to hopefully pull Wanda together.
Endless nothingness.
She also said, yeah, Pietro, she didn't make him. She was just, like, controlling him. So that still doesn't answer, is he alt Pietro that she summoned? Is he a Pietro that existed in this universe? Or a dude with gray hair that existed in this universe? We're going on a walk through memory lane.
It's time to look at some real reruns. No.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you forget who's got your children stashed away in her bewitched basement?
You don't think that's a little on the nose, though, the minute she says that you hear her yelling? I mean, they probably are yelling, but it could just as easily just be a illusion, as she just showed you. An auditory one.
Oh. Charming.
Oh, there it is. All the sitcoms. I feel like we figured that, but... Oof. The Dick Van Dyke Show.
Dick Van Dyke again? Always sitcom, sitcom, sitcom.
I mean, the Dick Van Dyke Show? Of all shows? How old is she supposed to be? What year is this? Because they had Modern Family. Did she start watching Modern Family when she was in the US? It feels like that's way before her childhood. Okay, they're really like, we're putting on the sad music for these sitcoms now. We're gonna make you feel. Well, there went that happy moment. Also, that little girl's doing a great Elizabeth Olsen. That little side shot. It's like, ignore the reality, focus on the fake show.
Did you stop that bomb?
What?
Used a probability hex.
No, it just never went off.
It's like therapy, but aggressive. By someone who does not want what's best for you, but like, we're really unpacking, which someone needed to do it.
What I see here is a baby witch obsessed with sitcoms and years of therapy ahead of her. Doesn't explain your reason.
Well, she's saying a baby witch, so is the idea that Wanda always had these powers or the capability to be a witch, and Hydra didn't install them but just unlocked them? Yeah, okay. It's reacting to her unlike everything else. Well, yeah, I guess they're definitely confirming that it unlocked rather than gave abilities. Which, Monica Rambeau, if we're going on that route. And were they just like, all right, bring the twin in, maybe it'll work for him too. Heyo, I saw Scarlet Witch hair, little headpiece, I saw that. They still were giving her sitcoms.
Little orphan Wanda got up close and personal with an infinity stone that amplified what otherwise would have died on the vine. Broken pieces of you are adding up, Buttercup. I have a theory. I need more.
This is amazing. You could have like asked her, did we need to relive every single trauma for you to be like, oh, okay. Like, girl, I know there's a wiki.
It was the first home vision I ever shared. Pietro was dead. I was in a new country. I was all alone.
Vision?
Was he just outside the wall like, heh? Because that's creepy as hell. This is so cute. He's a newborn. She's scared and alone. Bonding through trauma. Her hair's still like not red. It's like more auburny than when she was a kid, but. Or did she just like dye it and just was like, I actually think I look great as a ginger, and just kept it.
I've always been alone. So
Always? It's been like 2 weeks.
to lose. What is grief? If not love as a word.
The robot is not gonna make me cry. I have to have some standards. So like they could have had this chemistry the whole time and they just never really tried to make it happen. Ugh. The Russos, embarrassing for you.
Come on, Wanda. You're on the precipice. You are right there. Tell me how you did it.
I feel like maybe Agnes shouldn't have this knowledge, even if it were something replicable.
He deserves a funeral, at least. I deserve it.
Aww.
Yes, sir. Yeah, she's still here.
If Wanda Maximoff is at my front desk, I'm not gonna be like, I think the receptionist can handle it. Just keep her out.
Who are you?
Director Tyler Hayward, I understand you're here to see the vision.
The Vision versus Vision.
Please, just come with me.
Girl, you're a telepath. Just figure out his whole deal and then be like, no. Also, are you gonna show her a disassembled Vision? Because that's not gonna go well for you. Oh, yep, that's exactly what he's gonna do.
What is this? Why are you showing me this?
Because you asked to see it.
That's horrifying. Why would you do that to someone? Like, you could have told her. Also, it's been 5 years. Why are they just doing this now?
Mantling the most sophisticated sentient weapon ever made.
Vision's not a weapon. You can't do this. I just want to bury him. That's all I want.
Are you sure?
Excuse me?
Not everyone has the kind of power that could bring their soulmate back online.
What? Hayward, you scummy bitch.
I cannot allow you to take $3 billion worth of vibranium just to put it.
What? First of all, that's not your vibranium. He's literally made from stolen vibranium. Second of all, no! The amount of like, oh, well, one, he's a weapon, it's our ethical obligation, but maybe you could bring him back. Flames. Flames on the side of my head. So like Hayward wanted this, but like didn't know what he was asking for is basically it. But also, even if you're dismantling a very fancy robot, he was powered by the freaking Mind Stone, like a whole Infinity Stone. You're not gonna replicate that with like, ooh, we have a new HDMI port, or I don't know how robots are made. New software, whatever. Damn, that is creepy. So Hayward's showing that footage of like, oh, she broke into it and stole his body. Nope, she saw his body and had a moment of mourning and then went back. But Hayward is up to shenanigans, gaslighting BS, and wants to use her for his own stupid dude whims. Yeah, hate to see it. Is that the mailman? Everyone's always like suspicious of him because he's always there. But he was a pizza delivery guy, so pretty equal amount of always there. Who got her a house in New Jersey is my question. Is this a random choice of hers? Like, yeah, I think that's a good place to live. Like, close enough to the city, but feels like a suburb. HGTV and the blip must be real weird. Oh no! The robot man Man is not gonna make me cry. I refuse. No. No, 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 no. Jeez. That, I mean, I guess we all knew it was an insane amount of power, but insane amount of power. She looks like she's giving birth, which is pretty close to what she's doing. So she never stole Vision's body. So are there still Vision parts in the outside world? Is like, but he's real because Hayward's tracking the vibranium signature. So is there just like two Visions, like a Vision corpse and the one she created? Aww.
Bravo.
The attitude Agatha has. Unprovoked. Oh. Okay.
I know what you are. You're supposed to be a myth. A being capable
is this
of spontaneous creation.
Let go of my children.
Oh, yes. Your children.
They gave her strong eyebrows. Strong.
It's chaos magic, Wanda.
Oh.
That makes you the Scarlet Witch.
Oh. Okay. I don't. What exactly is the next episode going to be? I learned my lesson from last time. Before I decide it's done, let me look closely. Yep, extra credits in. I learned. I can't get over the eyebrows they gave her. And when she's a full witch, just. Okay, we're back on the outside. There's something.
Sir, team is ready.
Launch of what?
It's about time. We took this thing apart and put it back together again a million times. Tried every type of power.
They're not.
When all we needed was.
They are not. Oh. Oh, they're gonna launch an alternate vision. Oh. Oh my. Yo. I know they're gonna do it. I'm still just like, don't show it to me. Yep. Oh. Oh, yeah, just completely robot vision. That's not sentient. Oh, no. Okay, well. Talk about it, I guess. So that happened. That sucked. Not as an episode, obviously. It was a very good episode. But the robot man got a tear out of me. Not a full cry, but a tear. And that's just okay. I guess so I gotta start from the post-credit scene because it's not even like they did. What is this finale about to be? Because it's gonna be Alt Vision versus, not real Vision, but Hex created Vision still exists. That answered my question. There's definitely two versions now. We have a version with a Mind Stone that Wanda generated, so I don't know if it's a real Mind Stone. Like, did she literally create a Mind Stone? Because that means she created an Infinity Stone, which is bananas powerful. And Vision and Vision are gonna fight. I'm like, Vision's gonna die, isn't he? I knew it. That's what I said last episode. They brought him back to die again, and he's gonna die fighting his own evil zombie. And that is awful. And Wanda's gonna have to watch again. Where's Monica? We do not see where she is, where she went, or where Pietro put her. So I guess, well, and we still have the question of who the cameo is gonna be next episode, because now we have an idea of what this big fight is gonna be, as far as Vision versus Vision, as far as Monica versus Hayward. But the question is still Agatha. We have an idea, now we know who she is, we know she's this ancient witch, we know why she's here in the first place, which is just that, like, she was kind of walking by and was like, what the hell is that? And walked in. What exactly is, because she said, oh, you're supposed to be a myth, a legend. I'm not gonna lie, I thought they were gonna say mutants at first. I was gonna be like, what is this? That seems like a really casual way to throw that in, but it wasn't mutants. They said, oh, you're supposed to be a myth, a legend, the Scarlet Witch. So the Scarlet Witch is a title, a role, a Merlin-esque figure of just like unfathomable power. And I don't know, I mean, I don't know, someone told me it was an ancient legend. I don't know if I'd be like, all right, that's my street name now. She's a title, but we don't know what Agatha wants to do with her. She obviously wants power, but like she said, I mean, she said to her mom, I can be good, but clearly she hasn't been trying very hard for the last 400 years. But maybe now she wants to use Wanda as like a power source, because like I said earlier, she was like this like it took years of study to do an illusion spell, to do this or that, and you just did hundreds of them simultaneously, like running in the background. Like, that's crazy. So I don't know if she, like, clearly Wanda as a witch has no talent or ability. So does she want to train Wanda? Because I know in the comic book she's like a teacher figure, but it seems more like she's like, you're not meant to exist. Like, that is too much power for one person to have. That is chaos magic. That is not something the lay person should be able to like handle. I think the question is, does she want to take Wanda out because she thinks she's too powerful to exist, or does she want to somehow sap Wanda of her ability because, of course, I should have it. And the way her little laugh when she's like, your kids, like, we have to assume they're like actually real, but the way she laughed was, I don't know, it was a little nefarious. I don't know what that meant. I don't know if she said like they're another thing for her to use as a little magical battery, because obviously they both have abilities, or is it that she also thinks, you know, they're kind of abominations, like they're beings of chaos magic that shouldn't exist. I'm not sure which one it is. There wasn't too many new reveals. We don't get too much about who Agatha is besides that little flashback at the beginning of like just establishing that she's very old and very powerful. And now she has crazy eyebrows. I can't get over those eyebrows. Like, I thought the hair was bad. Though her motives are still not entirely clear. She seemed very scientific of just, I want to understand how this has come to be, and now that she doesn't seem pleased with the answer. But we don't know, like, now knowing, okay, you appear to be this mythical figure, you have like an insane well of power of chaos magic. What does she want to do with her? We still don't know that. We don't know where Monica is or where Alt Pietro is Alt Pietro actually an alternate universe Pietro? Is he just a guy that she mind controlled? If all of that is true, why did Wanda recognize him as Pietro? Like, just because he said, you're my sister? That doesn't make any sense. Everyone recognized that he looked different. So what about him made her think, yeah, this is definitely my brother. This is someone I can confide in? They still haven't explained that satisfactorily. There's only one episode left, and like this episode was longer than the previous ones. But I don't know how long the next one is going to be, because it feels like there is a lot to cover. I still have so many questions about the characters, motivations, like how are they going to get out of this? Like, we just have to assume that Wanda is gonna, you know, have to come to terms with her loss, and that's gonna be how she does it. But I'm like excited for the next episode and also very scared, because I'm just like, I don't see how this wraps up in a way that makes sense or in a way that feels satisfying. Like, obviously we know that this leads into Multiverse of Madness, or rather Wanda is going into Multiverse of Madness. Kevin Feige has said multiple times, you do not need to watch WandaVision to understand Multiverse of Madness. So is it just going to be like Multiverse of Madness comes and it's like, yeah, Wanda's the Scarlet Witch and she's super powerful, moving on? But because I don't understand how they're not related, because if they're not related, then the finale can't be as big as we expect it to be. Is it gonna be like, I don't want it to, because what they said in this episode, where when Wanda's under watching the bomb, of like, you know, everything is bad and scary, but it was all a dream. I really don't want them to it was all a dream this. Like, that would be very frustrating, aside from the fact that that would take away like Monica's powers, so obviously unacceptable. But I mean, I guess as far as it was all a dream, because it was about her growth and her learning and not about like causing multi-dimensional havoc, but there has to be some consequences to this. It doesn't, like, the idea that the show ends and it's just like, well, that was a weird thing that happened in New Jersey, but it didn't really affect anyone. That doesn't really make sense to me. I feel like there has to be some connecting tissue to the next appearance or her next movie. And we know Monica's gonna be in Captain Marvel, presumably with her powers. So like, you kind of have to see WandaVision to watch the next movies, despite what Kevin Feige says, unless they get really weird with it and are just like, nope, that doesn't matter at all.